Sadhguru, in your new book, Karma, you explain that karma just means action, that there is no such thing as a system of rewards and punishments for your good deeds and your bad deeds after you die, that there is no such thing as a divine ledger in the sky where all of your accounts are being kept as to how angry God or the gods are at you. Do you think that the reason that the belief that karma is a system of rewards and punishments, a misunderstanding that's been going on for millennium, do you think that that continues to thrive because there's a gang of unemployed souls on the other side who just think it's a really fun role to play, to be divinely engaged royal accountants taking care of all those ledgers? Thanks.
Namaskaram, George. I know you're talking about those privileged unemployed people. Unemployment is a curse at one stage of life, but once they get employed, everybody is looking how to get unemployed because everybody is looking forward for a vacation, which is unemployment, a weekend, which is unemployment, because they are not interested in what they are doing, they are only interested in what they will get out of it. So thank God it's Friday, you know. So, about karma. Karma is not definitely about reward and punishment. So those who are in a better economic condition or social condition, they would like to believe they've done good karma elsewhere, so they're enjoying everything here now. No, you must understand, karma is not necessarily about the past, it is about now. So one's experience of life is entirely decided by one's karma. One's situation in which one exists may not be entirely determined by one's karma, because situation is of the times, of geography. Like 1,000 years ago, if we were here, we wouldn't be in this kind of situation. Does it mean to say we had bad karma then and now we have good karma? No. So let us not judge karma by one's situations. Yes, there also it is involved, but situation is more of a collective karma than of individual karma. Individual karma is definitely there, but collective karma is there because the time and the place where you are determines a lot of things. But internally, in terms of human experience, how joyful you are, how peaceful you are, how loving you are, how wonderful is your experience of life, this is entirely your karma, because the pleasantness of the body, the pleasantness of the mind, the pleasantness of our life energies and our emotions are 100% in our hands. Human experience happens from within, that means it's entirely our karma, we can make it the way we want. If we make our human experience very pleasant on all these four levels, in body we are healthy and exuberant, in mind we are peaceful and joyful, in emotion we are loving and compassionate, in our life energies we are blissful and edging on ecstasy. Now outside situations will not determine the nature of our experience. Outside situations we can strive to improve, we can strive to change, but as I said, in the outside situation there are many pieces, all those pieces don't belong to us. We also are one piece. Depending upon one's skill, intelligence, capability and willingness to strive, that piece can be enhanced, but it is never 100% yours or mine, the outside situation. It is also the times in which we exist which determines what kind of situations we are in. But human experience is entirely our karma and we must take charge of that first. If we take charge of this, our ability to create external situations also the way we want it is greatly enhanced. So karma is not about punishment and reward. Karma is not a book written somewhere, some ledger that somebody is looking at and punishing you or rewarding you. This gift culture from heaven must go, because for all the things that you do very easily, you can pass this off as God's will, many terrible things men have done have always been passed off as divine will, all right? So it's very important that we move people from religious beliefs to a responsible existence here, because this is a brief life. If we want to make something out of this, this must be our making. This is our karma. This is what karma means. Karma means, when I say my life is my karma, it means that my life is my making. If I am doing well, it's me. If I am not doing well, it's me. If I have a fantastic experience here, it's me. If I have a miserable experience, it's me. This much straightness of life everybody must get, that you are straight enough to admit that both your success and failure, your joy and misery, especially the inner things of joy and misery, peacefulness and turmoil, these things are 100% your making. This is what karma means. Karma is not a ledger up there. This body, this mind, this energy is our ledger. Here it is and it plays out in so many ways. If we perform this moment's karma consciously, whatever our past karma, there is a way to transcend that.
So Sadhguru, you say that we must try and break karma bondages, but at the same time you urge people to be very inclusive, be very involved in everything that they do. So how these two things can exist together, please explain.
Namaskaram, Kangana. How do you see some contradiction in these two things? Karma means the residual memory of all the things that we do physically, mentally, emotionally and energy-wise. Or in other words, it's a certain unconscious software that you create. It is a certain amount of memory which rules your life on various levels. There is a physical memory, there is a psychological memory, emotional memory and energy levels of memory. All these things put together, it rules your life. So memory means however much it is a limited boundary. Whatever is in your memory is a limited boundary. So karma is a limited boundary. Within those limited boundaries, karma is very useful, it facilitates many things, it makes you pretty automatic so that you can respond effortlessly to a whole lot of things. But when you want to expand, a boundary is a problem. If you just draw a boundary of, let us say, your territory of home, now if you want to expand, very easy, you just have to move out. But suppose because there were certain threats to your existence, threats to your survival, you built a thick wall, like a fortress around you. Now, you feel safe when there are threats, but suppose there is no threat to your life in any way, then you naturally want to expand. When you want to expand, moving this huge wall and expanding your boundary becomes very difficult. Most probably you will not expand simply because the wall, how to take the wall to another place? So similarly, karma or the karmic memory is a certain wall that you set up. If you don't loosen it up, if you do not bring inclusiveness into your system, inclusiveness is not just as an idea of being friendly with everybody. Inclusiveness into your system, when I say inclusiveness into your system, as you exist here we are in this jungle, what this tree is exhaling, I'm inhaling, what I'm exhaling, the tree is inhaling. Let me not make a statement about the tree, but most human beings may be unaware that this transaction is going on. If we were conscious this transaction is going on, then this experience of just sitting here and breathing is absolutely fantastic and ecstatic. But if you're unconscious, you're still being nourished by the oxygen that the tree is letting out, but you're missing the experience. So inclusiveness does not mean you did something different, you just became conscious about the nature of existence, because existence is absolutely inclusive. What happens to the tree happens to you, what happens to the soil happens to you. What you think is myself, actually just the soil that you're walking upon. So inclusiveness is not something that you have to do. Inclusiveness is the nature of existence, you just have to become conscious of it. Karma is the nature of your individual existence, you have to just become conscious of the limitations of your karmic boundaries. If this awareness comes, rest is handled by life itself. Most people cannot meditate unless they exhaust
the karma of activity within themselves. The prarabdha, the karma is like a coiled up spring. It has to find its release. If you don't give it constructive work, it will find release in all kinds of perversions. It is like a coiled up spring. Within this lifetime, it has to release itself. And considering all the risks that are there to physical life, your physical form is never really safe. Any moment it can get crushed under something. Considering that, prarabdha is anxious. Prarabdha is always trying to find the quickest possible expression. So when you have a tense spring sitting inside you, you cannot. You sit there for half an hour, then you want to do so many things. Have you noticed this? You sit for meditation, you sit like this, body tells you this is not the asana. You sit like this is not the asana. Sit like this is not the asana. Try any goddamn asana, it'll tell you this is not it. Have you tried? Try to sit there for 3-4 hours, then you will see what it is. So, this is simply because there is a coiled up stuff, it has to find its way. So the best way is to get into that kind of activity, it'll wear you out. By the time you go to bed, if you put your head even 2 inches before it touches the pillow, you're dead. Really. So it's very important that the karma or the energy that is allocated for activity is expended as quickly as possible, so that stillness becomes a reality, not just an idea.